Hello, this is Sharon again, and I just want to tell you my top 5 things about living next to a VRBO. Yes, since COVID happened, there's been an increase of VRBOs put on Grand Lake. A lot of these people now that have homes on Grand Lake as a second home, they want to rent them out while they're not there. Great way to make money, and I'm not against that. I'm all for, hey, people coming up with creative ways to make money, but being a neighbor of a VRBO, there's just different things that not normal. One of those things is my number 5, I'd say, is my dogs. My dogs never get used to the neighbors. They're always barking. They're always barking at the VRBO's dogs that they bring. They just don't understand. These people are strangers as far as they're concerned, and that's how they've been trained to do. They've been trained to bark at strangers, so they constantly bark at the people that are staying in the VRBO. Number 4 on my list is, I'm going to say, trash. Unfortunately, a lot of these are city folk. They just don't really understand the wildlife that we have here on the lake, and that we have a lot of scavengers. We have raccoons, we have possums, we have skunks. In fact, my dogs had never been sprayed by a skunk until we had some VRBOers that didn't take good care of their trash and just didn't put a lid on it and would let the wind blow it everywhere. And skunks are attracted to trash. Note to self, guys. Number 3, let's see. This is like, a really good perk. I'm not gonna lie. They're always upgrading their VRBOs. They're painting them. They're adding new windows. They are definitely adding to the property value. They are putting in new blacktop driveways. They are putting in new ACs. They're putting new roofs on. They're landscaping. They are keeping up with their lawns. So that is a plus, I would say. Number 2 on my list, which I think is really interesting, is they borrow things. They come over and ask to borrow things. One of the things they've asked to borrow is a spray nozzle for your hose. I mean, they needed to clean off their ATV and didn't have it, so they asked to borrow ours. Another thing is extension cord. They asked to borrow an extension cord. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. I think the number 1 on my list, and I'm not gonna lie, this is the most cringiest, and this probably goes along with the borrowing thing, but I'm sorry, this one has its own number 1, and that is they borrowed my mailbox. Yeah, now I'm not making this up, guys. I can't make this kind of stuff up. They borrowed my mailbox. They actually had packages sent to my mailbox, and I would go and set them on their door, by their door, and deliver it to them. In fact, I actually delivered one to them in person. Very odd, not normal to me. So, but anyway, hey, you guys tell me, what is do you guys VRBO? If you do, what do you like about it? What do you don't like about it? If you have a VRBO, what's the most weirdest thing that's probably happened to you running a VRBO? And too, if you live next to any VRBO, do you like it or do you don't like it? Drop me a comment below. Thanks, guys.